Okay, so here we are back over at the welding booth, and you can see right down here, I put my two pieces of metal right next to each other, so they're nice and flat. They're not sharp anymore because I've cleaned them off with the file, and I've used the same clamp to hold them down. That way, when we go to weld this, they're not gonna move around. Let's go ahead and get the rest of our gear on. We're gonna need a hood, get our gloves, make sure we have any uncovered skin all covered up. We're gonna check our area to make sure that it's safe. There's no fire hazards down below. Our safety glasses are on, and we're gonna get started. Okay, so right over here, we're gonna find our arc rods. In this yellow one, we have what's called 70/18s. We do those a little bit later. When we first start out, we're gonna be using these. These are called 60/10s. They're a little easier to light, but a little tougher to use. By the time you get to these, you're gonna think they're the best thing in the world. But these 60/10s down here don't have to be kept in the oven. They can be nice and cool. These have to be dry and hot all of the time. If you reach your hand into here, you need to have gloves on because it's pretty dang hot. So we're gonna pull 2 rods out of here, max. One's okay too. And then we go right over to here, and on the handle of the rod oven, we have this rod size fitment guide. So you take the back of your rod, and this tells you what size the rod is. It'll fit in a hole. The smallest hole it fits in is the size of the rod. This is a 332 rod. So this is a 60/10 rod. It's upside down. It's hard to read anyway. It's a 60/10 rod, and it's a 3/32 size. All right, we're back over here at the booth, and there's some things we're gonna wanna check out. First is the ground. The ground runs to your machine. So I'm gonna follow this back to my machine right here. And I'm using machine number 5. I'm also gonna follow this out. This is called the electrode holder. It's that one right there. And I'm gonna make sure that it is plugged in on the plus side. And the ground is plugged in on the minus side. Then I'm gonna go up here, and I'm going to turn this knob to the EXX10 stiff. We use EXX10 because those are 60/10 arc rods. The 10 goes here. If we were using 70/18s, we'd go to the EXX18. These rods are also called cellulose rods. They're really tough, but they're also really brittle when they make welds. And then we're gonna turn this down to about here. You may find a different setting that works really well for you, but this is where you should start. If you turn it up too high, it'll be really bright. A lot of stuff will be going on the end of that thing. It'll burn really hot, and your weld will overheat. If you turn it down here, it'd be really hard to light and control and keep going. So right about here is where you want it. One of the most dangerous things for you long-term in a welding shop is fumes. You can see all the discoloration and stuff up here. That's from fumes. This will suck the fumes out. You just got to make sure you turn it on before you get started. So there's switches on the back wall, and that'll turn your fan on. Then it'll get really hard for us to hear. But you can tell that it's going because you can hear it vacuuming the air out right here. So we're going to take our arc electrode and put it inside of this little clamp to hold it. I like it to come out on a 45-degree angle. I'll go ahead and get that set up. Okay, now my arc electrode's at the ready. I'm gonna cruise over here and turn on my machine. I'm on machine number 5. You can see the lights come on and mean that it's active. So now we're gonna move back over here to do our weld.